This is the village of Iroquois in the central Ivory Coast. Approximately 79 families live here in traditional houses of stucco over a wood frame or sun-dried brick, with roofs of thatch or corrugated tin. The houses are used primarily for sleeping. Since the season here is hot and hotter, it's most pleasant to be outside, so everything happens in the courtyard around the house. The cooking, the eating, washing, sewing, getting the kids ready for school, father washing, getting ready to go to the fields, everything happens in the courtyard. People of the Ivory Coast are referred to as Ivorians. These particular people are the Baoul'e. The Baoul'e are primarily farmers, and they locate their villages near their fields. Village life is communal, and work areas are shared by all. Trees are important to the home courtyards to provide shade. The heat from the sun can be intense, and everybody works. Children who are old enough to carry water are sent to the village pump. Mothers walk long distances with their laundry to the river, where they can do their washing. A Baoul'e woman spends much of her life pounding peppers, corn, yams. The mortar and pestle are present in every courtyard. The staple of the Baoul'e diet is the yam, a large root-like vegetable similar in taste to an Irish potato. This is Mrs. Kwame Nzibla, a typical Baoul'e mother, and this is her daughter, Kwame Amouin. Amouin is 11 years old. The smaller boy is Amouin's brother, Kwame Amani, and this is their father, Kwakwame. He is one of the elders of the village. The boys from early on hang around the men, while the girls stay close to their mothers. Each learns by observing the behavior of father or mother. Kwame Nzibla is preparing the midday meal. She begins with the yam, which must be peeled before cooking. Her single kitchen tool is a large knife. Like a potato, the yam is cut into pieces for boiling. The yam will boil for about 30 minutes. Then when cooled, be placed in the mortar and pestle and pounded into a mush. Nzibla is responsible for getting food at the market, a 30-minute walk from Iroquois. At the market, Amouin learns by watching her mother bargain. One of the important foods in the market is fish. The fish are dried and have been brought from the coast 300 miles away. The fish, when sold, are wrapped in palm leaves, which take the place of wrapping paper. In the school in Iroquois, Amouin receives her formal education. In school, she must forget her mother tongue, Baoul'e, and speak French. The Ivory Coast was a French colony from 1893 until 1960, when independence was gained. By then, the French language had become the one language used throughout the country, and so it continues today as the official language. The children of Iroquois begin learning French in the 1st grade, and by 6th grade, Amouin's class, they speak French and Baoul'e equally well. This is a math class, and the students are reviewing basic factoring. Amouin uses a slate instead of paper. The slate comes in handy for seat work, and it helps conserve paper. Amouin has yet another place for learning, at the village pump. Here she listens to the older girls talking. From them, she learns about boys. Most of the informal sex education is transmitted at the village pump. It also brings the girls into social contact with the older women of the village, whom they want to be like when they grow up. The women are sources of intriguing information. When Kwame Amani is not away at junior high school, he helps his father Kwakwame in the fields. Today, they must begin clearing a new yam patch. It is the dry season, and the vines and weeds yield quickly to the machete. Amani, at 12 years, has learned from his father how to wield the sharp machete without cutting himself. The machete is the one essential tool for dealing with the bush and the forest undergrowth, which seem to spring up overnight. The machete is also handy for fashioning a paddle from a tree limb. Amani has fetched the pirog, or canoe. The pirog has been made from a single section of a tree and hollowed out by chopping. The Nzi River, to Kwakwame, can be an obstacle. His coffee fields are on the opposite side of the river from his village. During this, the dry season, it's a short paddle to the other side. But during the rainy season, when the river is swollen to 30 times its size, he cannot get across. Tarzan movies have led us to expect crocodiles hanging from all African riverbanks. It isn't so. The Nzi has no crocodiles. Coffee is one of the chief cash crops in the Ivory Coast. In 1982, the United States imported $131 million worth of Ivorian coffee. The Ivorian government pays Kwakwame to grow coffee for export. The Baoul'e, like other Ivorians, don't drink coffee. They wonder at the Western world's craving for such a dark, bitter drink. Nonetheless, the Ivorian coffee bean is large and ideal for freeze-drying for instant coffee. In the village of Iroquois, the leaders are assembled for a town meeting. When proposals or problems arise which affect the whole village, the elders get together and talk it out. They make the decisions. Everyone has an equal say. Here you have a chance to hear the Baoul'e language. It is an expressive, sophisticated language. Kwakwame takes an active role in village meetings, and here he is giving the pros and cons of permitting our film crew to come into the village. This gentleman is the most important elder, and his approval is crucial to all matters. The Baoul'e are energetic and enjoy games of skill and precision. Here they play the game ate, which is a Baoul'e version of marbles. They use nuts similar to buckeyes or chestnuts. Two teams oppose each other about 30 feet apart. Each team places 8 nuts in the dirt directly in front. These become targets. The object is to try to hit each other's targets. As a sitting target is hit, it is then removed. The game continues until one team has hit all its opponent's targets. Kwakwame is the village champion, and any team which draws him usually wins. Iroquois is typical of Baoul'e villages in its livestock. Everywhere there are goats, sheep, and chickens. The goats provide milk and meat. The chickens provide eggs and also are eaten. The sheep, unlike most sheep elsewhere, are not raised for wool. The continual heat of the Ivory Coast prevents wool from growing. The sheep are for food. Village animals don't belong to any particular person or family. They belong to all. Feeding and caring for them is everyone's responsibility. Making meals of them is everyone's privilege. Most important of all Baoul'e food is the yam. These yams are stored until needed. Corn grown during the rainy season is also dried and stored. Tobacco is grown by some families in the village. It is used for making snuff. The leaves are pounded and ground into a fine powder. A snail shell makes an excellent grinder. The Baoul'e women carry their bundles on their heads. A soft ring padding of cloth is placed on the head to cushion the weight of the load. Children are taught early on how to walk erect so that the weight of what they carry is distributed straight down the spine. A 30-pound load carried 3 miles in the arms, as we might, would place great stress on the back. The Baoul'e method makes sense. These people are carrying firewood and yams to sell in the market at Baoul'e. The market at Baoul'e is a colorful, lively, and noisy place. There you can buy anything from Parisian lingerie to popcorn. Tailors will make you a suit. A girl will sell you a boiled egg. A vendor might tell you the latest news from the Middle East as it comes in over his radio. No one is shy. The Baoul'e are friendly and outgoing. In the market, they lay out their wares for all to inspect. There is a sharp contrast between the noisy market and the gentle quiet of Kwakwame's family court. Someday he may finish putting the mud stucco on his wooden frame house. Right now, he spends most of his time on his new house. It is stucco over cinder block with a tin roof. He can paint it if there's money left after paying for his children's educations.